جايين من كل مكان للصويرة زينة البلدان زوروا ونرجع فرحان كالضبيل وللهيلولة حوض السلاح وثوم حيلة نضربوا شوفار هاد الليلة.
With the permission of Hashem, Be'ezat Hashem, this week, on Tuesday night, is the Hilula of Rabbi Chaim Pinto, my grandfather, the father of my father. The difference between Rabbi Chaim Pinto from Casablanca and the Rabbi Chaim Pinto that is buried in Essaouira. The one that is buried in Essaouira, he passed away about 170 years. And his grandchild, Rabbi Chaim Pinto, that he was buried in Casablanca, he passed away about 81 years ago. So my grandfather is buried in Casablanca, but the grandfather of my grandfather is buried in Essaouira. So this week, please God, it's his Hilula. So I would like to talk on his memory, this Dvar Torah. My friend, there is doing a lot of times in the Torah it said, Vaya'asken Aaron, and Hashem, he gave an order to Aaron, and Aaron, he did what Hashem told him to do. A lot of times in the Torah it said, and the Jews did what Hashem told them to do. And even when Noah, he built the ark, it said, Noah, he did what Hashem told him to do. You must know something. There is no guarantee when you do something that it will have a success. You buy a lotto. There is no guarantee that you will win the lotto. You find a nice girl to marry her. There is no guarantee that your wedding, your marriage, it will last. No guarantee. Nothing, there is guarantee on nothing. And but there is a work to do. I mean, we have to do, but guarantee, there is no guarantee how long you can live. There is no guarantee on nothing. One thing is sure. When you do more or less what Hashem tell you to do, that it's a compliment. At least I do what Hashem wants me to do. A lot of times the Torah said, do that. What guarantee I have that I can do it well? What guarantee I have that I will do it really as Hashem wants? The answer is, do your best. Vaya'asken Aaron. When Hashem told Aaron, do that, he did it. Hashem said to the priest, do that, he did it. In Egypt, the Jews, they were there 400 years. And the Egyptians, they don't eat meat. And Hashem told the Jews, before you leave Egypt, you take a sheep, you sacrifice it, and grill it. I mean, can you imagine? And the Egyptian at that time, their idolatry was the sheep. They don't eat meat. For them, the cows, it's their God. Can you imagine the Jews to do that in Egypt, in front of the Egyptian? You know, when you do grill, meat on the grill, you have the smoke. I mean, it's dangerous. They will kill you. I mean, you do that, you are killing their God. You are eating their God. It's dangerous. But they believe so much in Hashem. Hashem said to do that. The Jews, that's what they did. And when you respect exactly the word, what Hashem tells you to do, you do it, so there is success. Somebody told me, what about the Shoah? There was a lot of rabbis that they were killed. A lot of rabbis. Millions of rabbis, of religion people, did it, all what Hashem told them to do, did, why they were killed. I told them, for this I have no answer. I have no answer. Not because I have no answer, so Hasbi Shalom, I will have doubt on Hashem. No, I have no answer. After 120 years, I will ask Hashem why you did that, and He will tell me why. There is things that I can know here. There are things that I can never know. So because I will not know them, so why I have to ask them? It's better not to ask. Because if I ask, I will have doubt on Hashem, and then I will have a problem of faith on Emunah. So I prefer not to ask. Why should I ask? Baruch Hashem, I'm okay with it. I know. I was in Auschwitz. I saw what the Nazis did to the Jews. I was very, very upset. I was very hurt. But then I said, well, Am Yisrael Hai, Baruch Hashem. After all what he did, still we're here. Thanks God. That's it. The most important is to do. Hashem said, do that, do it. A lot of times there is a sacrifice to do something that Hashem tell you to do. But I have no other option. I have to do it. I have to do it. The tzaddikim, they never ask why. Never ask why. Unfortunately, the parasha of Bereshit, there is a problem there. Hashem said to Adam, can you imagine, the Torah starts with a story of Adam, that Hashem, He gave a mitzvah to Adam to do it. Tell, hey, Adam, don't eat from that tree. Adam did not ask questions because he knew we don't ask questions to the boss. The boss, he tell you do that, you do it. That's it. Le'ovdah ul-shomara. He said, Hashem told him, look, you take care of this tree, you watch him, but don't eat. You can touch it if you want, but don't eat. Why? It's an order. And Adam Rishon, he did not ask why. He didn't need to ask why. But the problem is that he did not respect the word of Hashem. A lot of times the Torah gives a compliment to those who Hashem asks them to do something, and they do it, like Vaya'atz ken Moshe, Vaya'asu ken bnei Israel, and that's what the Jews there did. Even that was their big danger. They did it in Egypt. They prepared the sheep, they grill it, and they ate it in front of the Egyptian with Noah, and Hashem protected them. Noah, he built the ark, even that the people, they were laughing at him. He built it. It's a compliment. Aaron, a Kohen, Hashem, he said to Aaron, you light the candles, and by lighting the candles, I give you a big reward. What reward? I don't know. Vaya'atz ken Aaron, he did that. And the tzaddikim all their life they do. No, and Adam Arishon, one mitzvah, Hashem, he told him to do. Instead of the Torah, right, Vaya'atz ken Adam, and Adam did what Hashem told. No, Adam, he ate it. From this, the Torah starts. From a bad compliment. No compliment to Adam Arishon. Instead of Adam Arishon, the Torah gave him some, he had everything. He was the only one. He was a king. He had everything. At least one thing Hashem asked you. Look, we the Jews, we have millions of mitzvot to do. And Baruch Hashem, we do them. We do our best to do them. We do most of them with joy, with happiness. Adam Arishon, one mitzvah, he didn't do it. It's a big question. Why? He knows that by eating that fruit, he will make himself in danger, the world in danger, and Hashem will not be happy with him. He was a very intelligent man. He was very, very big man. Why you don't respect the word of Hashem? what a compliment if the Torah will say, Vayasken Adam. And Adam, he did what Hashem told him to do. So what? Big deal. A tree. So his wife, she was fighting with him. No, you have to eat. No, he should refuse. But what's the problem? She ate it before he ate it. So she was worried maybe she will die, and then Hashem will provide to Adam and the woman. So what? So Adam will ask Hashem, please Hashem, forgive her. And he should not listen to her. Even when she stressed him, there is a Gemara who said that she was fighting with him, she was beating him. So what? Give her back and don't listen to her. Why Adam? Why Adam did? What happened exactly? Why? My friend, I have to tell you one thing. Torah. Only through Torah, when you study Torah, the Torah, it's something that it gives you life. Torah gives you life. When you give a little bit of your time to the Torah Kedusha, you study, because only, you see, you build yourself to do mitzvot, you need to study Torah. Doing mitzvot only when you study Torah. But when you don't study Torah, you cannot respect mitzvot. Like, if you want to build a house, you need material. You need foundation. If there is no foundation, if you build the house will fail. Because it's the foundation who hold the house. The Torah is the foundation. The Torah builds you to respect the mitzvah. Because when there is a mitzvah to do, like tefillin, you put tefillin, but you need to read the laws of the tefillin. By reading the laws of the tefillin, so you create a foundation for the tefillin that you wear. When you read the laws of Shabbat, so that create foundation that you will respect Shabbat. But if you don't study the Torah, that it's that they are connected to any mitzvah, so the mitzvah has no foundation. So it's a problem. You may do the mitzvah, but the next day you will do a avera. You do a sin. One day you do mitzvah, one day you don't do it. That's no good. I think the mitzvah that Hashem gave to Adam Arishon, it was a mitzvah, but He did not tell him, study Torah about this mitzvah. And Hashem did not give him. Why? I think Hashem, He wants to teach us. You see, any kind of mitzvah, even an easy mitzvah, if there is no study Torah about that mitzvah, at the end, you don't do the mitzvah. So Hashem knew that one day there will be a man who will do a sin. It's impossible that there will be nobody. So Hashem wanted to teach. That's why Adam Arishon, who was a big tzaddik, it was like a sacrifice. It's like Hashem sacrificed Adam by giving him a mitzvah to respect it, but He did not give him the Torah to read. So through the Torah, he will respect the mitzvah. I mean, to be a pilot, you have to learn how to be a pilot. There is a program of everything. For a mitzvah, there is a program for that mitzvah, how to respect it. But Hashem did not give him the program. He did not give him the link, how this mitzvah will be, the foundation of this mitzvah. Hashem did not give the foundation of the mitzvah not to eat from that tree. And because of that, he ate it. And that it's a message for us that we should learn from Adam. And that when there is no foundation, when there is no Torah, so there is no mitzvah. You will you will not do that mitzvah. A lot of people, my friend, on Kippur, they come back to Hashem. But after Kippur, they start to do bad things. Why? Because they don't study Torah. And that's why, my friend, after Rosh Hashanah and Kippur, in Sukkot, we start the story of Adam. Why? To remind you, look, if there is no Torah, you will do like Adam. Adam received a mitzvah because he has no Torah, he did a avera. He did a sin. So please, be careful. I saw this morning a beautiful message. There was a rabbi, there is a big rabbi, his name is Hayehudi HaKadosh, the holy Jew. And he said that this rabbi, every time he renew himself to be Jew. Every time he renew himself to be Jew. How he renew himself to be Jew? Through the Torah. With no Torah, you cannot renew yourself. And I think, my friend, this is all the tzaddikim that you know, all those tzaddikim, do you think it's easy for them to be tzaddik? Yes, only through Torah, because the Torah is the foundation. It's the Yisod. I mean, David Pinto, a lot of times, I want to do something bad. But then, I'm afraid. I said to myself, hey, Hashem, you will not be happy with me. And then, when I study Torah, that gives me strength not to do bad things. Now we understand why Adam HaRishon, Hashem, anyway, as you know, the Yetzirah was already there. The Satan was there. The angel of death was there. But they were sleeping. Because they will wake up only if Adam, he will disobey Hashem. And Adam HaRishon, at the beginning, he didn't want to disobey Hashem. But he had no strength to resist the stress from his wife. When you study Torah, that gives you the koach, the strength to resist. Look, those people that they've been killed because they are Jews. Why? The koach, the Torah gives them koach. The Torah gives them the strength to die for the name of Hashem. My friend, I would like to tell you this. My friend, I would like to tell you this. Why Hashem created the Satan? Why? You know why? Hashem created to Satan to tell you the only way to fight him is the Torah. If there is no Torah, you have a problem. Adam, he was nude. Nude. The Gemara said, what that means? Adam was nude, and Hava, she was nude. They were nude from mitzvot. They had no mitzvot. They had no Torah. And because there is no Torah, there is a problem. That's why the Torah talk about the Nahash. Nahash is the Satan. When there is no Torah, the Satan is strong. When there is Torah, the Satan is weak. And that's why the Nahash haya arum. The Nahash was very, 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 very. The Nahash is the Satan. He's very, very crazy. He will push you to do bad things. But when? When there is no Torah. But when there is Torah, he can do nothing to you. And that's why Hashem, he wanted to teach Adam. Adam, look, you have the Nahash. The Nahash is the Satan. But he cannot harm you. Why? Because you have a mitzvah in your hand. You have a mitzvah in your hand. And this mitzvah that you have in your hand, don't eat from the tree. So he cannot harm you. But if he starts to push you to eat it, so it's your choice. If you listen to him, you're finished. But if you don't listen to him, he finished. The koach of the Satan is to show you that all this word is good for you. Listen only to what you need. Forget Hashem. And Hashem, He creates the mitzvot, the Torah, to tell you, no, the word is not, He has a boss. You cannot live as you want. There is a way how you have to live. There is rules, there is borders. You cannot do what you want. The Satan, he will tell you, look, enjoy yourself. You live, you're not gonna die. Do whatever you want to do. No, the Torah Hashem said, no, you cannot do whatever you want to do. So it's a fight between you and the Satan. Who's gonna beat? So you may ask yourself, why this? Why Hashem he did all this? Why? This is. Otherwise there is no tachlit where you've been created. You be created to know Hashem. You be created to serve. Hashem needs people. Hashem is the king. Hashem needs to serve Him with love. The only way to serve Him with love, with sacrifice, only if there is a koach, there is something that it will stop you not to listen to the king. And when you listen to the king, he tells you, this is the way you have to do. And when, by doing good things, so you give pleasure to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then you have Gan Eden. Anyway, all what we have to learn from all this story is that if we want to have success, we have to respect mitzvot. By respect mitzvot, it's Torah, so we're okay. It's the foundation that will be strong with Hashem, strong with God. And unfortunately, Adam, Hashem gave him mitzvah. He told him, look, you don't eat from that. Hashem, I'm worried, maybe I eat it. No, it's an order. But he did not give him the Torah to study about this mitzvah, to be like, because as I said, the Torah is the foundation. So, unfortunately, he ate it. But it's a message for all generation that if you want to beat yourself, only through mitzvot. If you want to beat yourself, to respect Torah and mitzvot, only when you study Torah. The Torah gives you the ability, the strength to resist the Yetzer Hara. And that's why the Torah said, Adam and Hava, they were nude from mitzvot. Mitzvot, that they were nude from Torah. They had an order to do, but there was no Torah. A program, how to resist. Only the Torah can give you the strength to resist an order of Hashem. That's why a lot of people die because they don't study the Torah. So one day they do mitzvot, one day, because the Torah is the foundation of the mitzvah. If you study Torah, so you will respect the mitzvot. But if you don't study the Torah, the mitzvot you will not. They have no foundation. So the first man to teach us that without Torah there is no foundation, it was Adam HaRishon. And then Adam HaRishon, he did a big teshuvah, and then, because after all it was not his fault, so he did a big teshuvah, And as you know, he's buried with Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, and with his wife. And of course, he was the reincarnation of all the tzaddikim, and the one who finished him to repair him, it was David HaMelech. God bless you, and I wish you all the best.